Alright guys, welcome back to part 3 of the complete AC removal and replace section series. Basically, today on part 3 we're going to be removing the accumulator. But the first step we're going to do is remove this air filter box. We've already got the top portion already removed. Basically it's just a couple clips, and then you take your filter out and undo your C-clamp where it goes to the air box, and then you're left with this. And basically this just lifts straight up, but it will give us a lot more room. It's not bolted down or nothing, it just lifts straight up, no lines attached or nothing. But that does free up a lot of elbow room, so we can have more access to the accumulator itself. Now on the accumulator there will be two 10mm bolts holding it on. Okay, your two 10mm bolts are going to be one down here, one there. And that actually holds the accumulator to that bracket. And we're going to be disconnecting this low pressure line, and then this line over here, and then that will allow us to take that accumulator out to install the new one. Alright, here is a line kit. This is actually a fuel line kit, but should work fine with this. So let's remove that cap so we can get to the AC line. Basically you got this little cover cap. I believe it's got like two little tabs you can push back. And then pop this off. This is actually a 3/4. I'm thinking it's going to be like a 3/4. Yeah, it's more like it, I think. And there's a little spring in there it'll attach to. Push it, spread the spring out, so then you can separate the lines. Instead of trying to muscle this, I'm gonna try to use a little ingenuity, and hopefully we'll get lucky here. I just put it on both sides, kind of work this fuel line up in there and separate that spring. A little luck, maybe that'll do it. There we go, boys. One line off. So there's a line. It's got 3 O-rings on here. We'll definitely be replacing that. It turns out it was a 3/4. So the channel locks worked out great. I just pried it very lightly on both sides till we were got it to force up in there, separated the spring, and we got one more line to take off, and it's gonna be even more fun because it's back up against the firewall. So we'll try to pop that one free and then take the two 10mm bolts off, and that accumulator should be clear and free. So basically same thing, you got a little cap here. We'll remove that first. Hard to get 2 hands off up in here. I'll tell you what, this summer cold is not a fun. Not a lot of fun. There we go, we got the cap off. Alright, there's the cap. Now all we need is our tool, and it's going to come in from the back. So we'll put that around there. Let's see if we can get it started here a little bit. There we go. I think I got it barely in there, but now the hard part. Do we have room for my channel locks? Because that sure made it a lot easier. This transmission dipstick is right in the way, I tell you what. A little luck. And get this in there. I wonder if I can spin this a little bit. No, so it's started. I just need to get it a little more if I can. The line out of there, I'm going to have to disconnect it from the bracket with two 10mm bolts. So I'm going to remove these two 10mm bolts. Then that'll let the accumulator loose, and then I can kind of work it out easier that way. These bolts are actually quite long. So I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I did this on my own. I was taking it to a shop, you know, they're quoting $600, $700 for the stuff we've already done. And taking out the condenser, the AC compressor, I've got less than an hour in that. Taking both of those out, probably 35 minute job. This here, it's only been about 10 minutes. So we're looking at 10-15 minutes for this. If this last line comes out with enough ease. I believe I have that fuel line tool up in there good enough for that spring. We just got to try to work it loose. These are a pain. I feel like it's coming, but it's hard to say. I believe it's coming, boys. These are a booger. That's due to the location, and over time I think those O-rings dry out. They're very difficult to pop them loose. We're getting there, little by little. Wow, these are a booger. All right, we're close. There she blows, folks. There she blows. See, these O-rings dry out. They get dirt. I don't think dirt, but they just dry out and become a pain in the rear. But there it is. AC accumulator out. Now, we can, when we do flush the AC system, we'll flush this out. We'll go through the evaporator. We're probably going to have to take this line off as well to do that other hard line. We'll blow out the AC line here with the AC flush. back up and take a gander. Okay, here's what we've got accomplished. AC accumulator's out. And that took about maybe 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes for that as well. So if you want to save $600 or $700 and you want to follow my tips in this video series for the AC condenser out, AC compressor, accumulator, you're looking at about 45 minutes worth of work. 45 minutes to an hour, you could say, max. That's taking it apart. Of course, we still got to put all the items back together, but this will really save y'all a lot of money. It's not as difficult as it seems. Even I was thinking this was gonna take, quite a while, but it all came out pretty decent. So follow my tips, and we'll be putting all these items back together. I should be getting them in the mail here in the next day or two, and then we'll start slapping the stuff together, starting just like we did, taking it out. We'll put the condenser in first and everything. I'm gonna get some duct tape and close the AC lines up till I can go get some flush, AC flush, and then I'll start clearing that out, blowing the lines out. But once we get the kit in, I'll be showing you how to replace all the O-rings, how to make sure your air compressor's got the right amount of fluid in it, PAG oil, and we'll start putting everything back together. So stay tuned for that, and until then, y'all have a great day and stay cool. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, guys.